Christina from Christina's Crafts. I am starting to make my Christmas stuff, or sorry, Christmas gifts, I should say. And what I'm going to do is I literally just picked this up 2 days ago from Dollar Tree. And I am going to use this for my project. We're going to make a sign. So I am going to take this out of here, and I'm probably going to save that because you never know what you could use that for. And normally what I would do is I was going to paint the inside of this, but I'm cutting corners today, and I'm just going to use a piece of scrapbook paper that I have, and I am just going to hot glue the scrapbook paper right into there. Making sure, and then I'm going to double check the ends to make sure that it's sticking. You're not going to see this part at all, so it doesn't really matter, but you'll see why I need to get why this needs to be covered up. Okay, got my scrapbook paper in there. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I bought this LED light set in red from Dollar Tree, and these lights are going to go inside of this box. So figure out what your bottom of your box is going to be, and that is going to be where your lights are going to start. So this is going to be the bottom of my sign. So my lights are going to go here, and this is going to get attached to the back. So what I want to do is I want to kind of space them out. Don't worry about the sides too much. I want the lights more in the middle. So we're just going to take these lights, and I'm going to go up a little bit here and get these two lights on. Now I already counted the lights. I've actually made this project already, and I'm making another one because it turned out really nice, and I'm going to give them as gifts. So this is going to be the bottom of your sign. You're actually going to be putting stuff on the bottom here, so you don't want them in the bottom too far. So I am just going to go ahead and put these lights around, and then I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I'm already all the way around. I put 2 lights on each side, focusing more in the middle, and then I have 2 lights left, and those are actually going to go in the middle of my sign. I'm going to stick one about here, and then the other one above it, just kind of over a little bit. So like right here. All right. Lights are in. Then what I also did, just because I didn't want the wires, is the longer wires, I just kind of hot glued those down to get them out of the way. Okay, got most of my wires down here. Now what I want to do is I am going to glue this down. It's going to come on the outside of the box. So then this is going to come right around back here. Oh, let me get that in there. It's going to come right around the sign. So I'm going to stick some hot glue here. And this is going to get glued to the side. And then eventually this is going to get glued to the back of this. But for right now, I'm just going to keep this off to the side. And then the next thing that we're going to do, and this is the cool part, I think it is. So I bought these treat sacks from Dollar Tree, and they had a couple different ones, but this one was my favorite. So I am going to use this to cover the box, but as you can see, it doesn't quite fit the way I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it apart, and there's a tag in here. So when I did my first project, all I did was rip this tag out, and then that created a hole in the bag. And then I just started ripping it from there. So I'm gonna get this bag separated into 2 pieces. All right, I have my treat bag all tore apart. Now, I originally was just gonna use this Merry and Bright, but when you turn the lights on, in certain lights you can actually see the wires in there. So I'm gonna diffuse it a little bit and use the whole bag. But like I told you, the bag itself wasn't big enough to fit over there, so I had to, that's why I had to take it apart. So I'm going to use a lot of hot glue in this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of the sack here, and then that is going to get hot glued onto my frame here. So just like that, set it down, and just glue it on. So I'm gonna glue this all the way around my box here. Okay, so I'm just finishing up gluing that, and I pulled it as tight as I could because I don't want this sinking into my box. So as I put it on, I pulled it pretty tight. So I'm just gonna cut this little ridge of the treat bag off here. And then I am going to take these little edges around here and I'm gonna glue those down onto the box. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do, now remember this is your bottom over here where your light box is. It's just easier to work on the project without attaching this to the back right away. So this is all apart, and then I am just gonna try to line this up on here the best that I can and stretch it out just like I did the other one. And this is gonna we're gonna hot glue this right to the other one. Okay, so I have it glued on here, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with this layer as I did the other layer. I'm just gonna cut this off, and then I'm gonna hot glue all these sides down. Okay, I have this all the way around my box, and you're just gonna leave it like that, so don't worry about that for right now. Now you are gonna need a jumbo popsicle stick, craft stick, and 2 small craft sticks. These I got from Dollar Tree, this I got from Walmart. And you are going to measure this on your box here, and you're gonna cut the ends off. So you want it to, this is gonna sit like this. So, oh, sorry. I'm just using an old scissors to cut the ends off. All right, so this is actually gonna sit like this right here. But what we need is these little popsicle sticks, craft sticks, so that we can hold this all together. So I'm just gonna cut off some chunks. I'm gonna stick these onto here. So I am gonna glue these onto here. And then this is going to get hot glued like this onto my box. See how these craft sticks down here are gonna hold this little ledge on. So I am gonna stick some hot glue. And then this is gonna get glued onto here like this. So there, and then you have a little ledge right here that you are gonna be putting stuff on. Okay, so I have that on. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is, you can see this isn't standing. So now I'm gonna hot glue my battery pack onto the back, because now that I'm gonna be decorating the front, I want it to stand up, which I will have to turn my camera off. So when you put it on, make sure that the little screw for the battery pack is on the back so that you are able to change out batteries. And you're just gonna hot glue it right onto there, just right on there, and then line it up with the edge right here of your project, because this is going to help it stand also. But then you also have access to turn the lights on and to change the battery pack. And then these little cords here, they're just going to get hot glued onto here like that. Okay, so this is what the back looks like, and then see, look at it, stands perfectly. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is, I have this gold fur faux yarn, and I got it on clearance at Walmart. And oh, I've been using this on so many projects, but I am going to use this as snow on my front ledge right here. And you could use, I mean, you could use felt. You could just have painted the sticks white. That would have been perfectly fine too. But I just really think this looks really nice because it kind of looks like fluffy snow. So I am just going to hot glue this. Yeah, lots of hot glue in this project. Nope, not a lot of painting. There would be a little painting in the end, but right now, not really any painting. Not the biggest fan of painting. So I got these in a pack from the Dollar Tree, these branches. And I also got this, which I was so shocked that my Dollar Tree actually had those, and so excited at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna set 2 of these aside for right now. And then I'm gonna take 2 of these. I'm just gonna try to, they're kind of squished one way. I'm just kind of trying to fluff them up a little bit. As you can see, they're just kind of like flat this way. So I'm just trying to fluff them up a little bit. And then I'm gonna take this berry garland that I got and I'm gonna wrap it around these stems. So it's just gonna go around like this. And I'm gonna connect the other one here to the berry garland. So I'm actually gonna take this and I'm gonna twist these together because I want it to be one long piece. So stick these together and then I'm just gonna wrap this around this whole thing, creating this like basically garland. Okay, I'm gonna cut the end here. All right, let's get that out of the way. And then I'm gonna wrap this around the end. And this garland that I just made is actually gonna go, I'm gonna set it on my sign here and it's gonna go around down on the sides. And then I'm just gonna right basically on the edge of it. And then I'm gonna glue this down all the way around my project. Okay, now that I have that all glued around, when I wrap the garland around, some of these, the little, whatever you call them, little branchy things here, the little garland, you know, kind of got stuck. So I'm just using this little tool right here and I'm just kind of pulling the branches, the little things out, just to make it look a little bit fuller. Okay, then just to give it a little bit more thickness around the sign, I'm gonna take 2 more of these branches and they're gonna kind of stick up like this. I'm not even gonna fluff them. I'm just gonna kind of stick them up. Here, let me go on the other side so you can see. See how they're just kind of flat like that? I'm just gonna stick these and glue these onto the sign behind the garland. So that's why I didn't worry about the burlap on there at all. You know, with the burlap being on the sides, because I knew that was going to get covered up. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one on this side, and then this one's going to go on this side. Great. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this bottom. So I got these little trucks from the Dollar Tree, these little ornaments. And as you can see, like I said, I already made one, so I already used trucks, but they come on this little wire, and I just took the little wire and put it behind the truck. I didn't even bother taking it off because it's attached over here. So the little truck is gonna go right here on my sign. And then I have a little lamppost and a snowman. They come in those little packs at Dollar Tree. And the little light post is gonna go here, and I'm gonna stick the snowman right in the middle there. My other one, I have a couple different things on there. This is what I am putting on this one, and I'm just putting a bunch of hot glue on there, and I'm just sticking it right to this fur. Just kind of pushing it down. Yeah, and I'm probably, what I did too, that's right, last night when I made the other one, I kind of glued this to the sign a little bit to get it to stay. I think he's gonna be fine. The lamppost, I think I had to glue to the back of the sign because I don't think the lamppost did very good. So yeah, it's kind of wobbly because of the fur on there. So I'm just gonna stick a little bit on there and stick it to the sign. But I do want to put a bow up in the corner. So I'm just gonna measure about how big I think I want it. And then what I'm gonna do is, this ribbon is really thick. I got this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna cut the ribbon right in half. And then I'm gonna cut the ends. Okay, so I have all my pieces of my bow cut. I cut 2 bigger and then 2 smaller. And then you're just gonna lay them out and kind of crisscross them like so. And then I have this, this was the cord that was on the treat bag. So I am just gonna scrunch this up here, and I'm gonna use that cord to tie my ribbon. I'm gonna stick a little hot glue on there to hold it. So a little hot glue, and then I'm just gonna tie it again, and that'll hold that together really nice. And then I'm gonna cut these cords. And then this is gonna get stuck to the side of my sign. So here's my sign. I'm just gonna lay this down for right now. And of course, I'm just gonna use some more hot glue. Lots of hot glue on this project, that is for sure. All right, so I have my bow on there, and then I'm just gonna dress that bow up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I got this little pack from Dollar Tree, and I am gonna stick 2 of these little pine cones right here. So I'm gonna stick those on my ribbon, right in the center there. Like so. And then I got these little berry picks that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm actually just gonna pop it right off the stem, and that is gonna go above the pine cones. Like that. And I'm gonna leave that right like that. Then there's just one more thing that needs to be done. So the final thing is I have this Waverly white chalk paint, and I am actually gonna dry brush the garland around here, because the garland, you know, from Dollar Tree, although is cheap, it just doesn't have, I don't know, it just looks kind of fake. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of white to that, and if I get the berries, that's fine too, because it's basically made to look like snow. So I'm just gonna brush some of that white paint on here. All right, and then it is all finished. Look at that. That looks so nice. I am gonna be so proud to give these as Christmas gifts this year. I know these projects are a little bit more, you know, entailed than what a lot of other YouTubers do, but I mean, this is so pretty. And wait till you see it lit up in the right light. Oh, it just looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So that is the end of my video. I really hope you made it to the end, because I think that you'd be really happy if you made this for somebody for Christmas. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell so you get notified when I upload. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye. And this is what it looks like with all the lights on, and this is what they look like with minimal lighting. And here we are with all the lights off.